okay, but I know see ya. Money go down okay, but I know see ya. Ay, make careful, how I gonna say you take care if I know see ya? Are you chosen? Are you chosen? Only basic, go magic.
I love this station, Melody 100.7 FM.
Alright, a beautiful morning to you and yours from the studios of Melody 100.7 FM. This beautiful morning, it is now 5 minutes past 8 a.m. And my name is Bolabad. Today is Tuesday, 18th day in the month of November. And it's a great day to be alive. My name is Bolabad and I'm going to be here from now to 9:55. We'll have quite a number of things to do together this morning. First up, we check out the weather forecast for today briefly. And then we'll look at the motivation quote for today before going straight by 8:10 to check out the front pages of various Nigerian dailies this morning. We do that for about 20 minutes, and by 8:30 the sports crew will be in the studios to take us through the exciting world of sports at this beautiful morning. Once it is 9 a.m. Melody People's Assembly comes up on Melody Sunrise, and by 9:10 that will be 9:45, I beg your pardon. Yes, we'll be rolling straight into Melody Surprise, where we get to celebrate someone on your behalf. In between, there'll be Tech Talk as well from 9:30 to 9:45. So we have a lot to do together on the show this morning. So without wasting time, let's just check out the weather forecast for today. The temperature right now is about 25 degrees Celsius, and it's partly cloudy outside, and the temperature will peak at 32 degrees Celsius today in the afternoon before it drops to the lowest at 25 degrees Celsius later tonight. It's going to be partly cloudy conditions between 9 a.m. this morning and 12 noon, with mostly sunny conditions expected at 12 noon. So yeah, it's going to be a relatively hot day, no chance of rain falling. Apparently, I think the rain has actually gone finally. Maybe, but fingers crossed, anything can still happen, can still pull a surprise on us. But today, zero chance of rain falling, today. Now let's look at the motivation quote for today. The phrase says, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Yeah, it's dicey, but I'll take that again. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And this was actually spoken by the United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt during his first inauguration address on March 4th, 1933. At the time, the United States was actually facing the depths of the Great Depression, and the quote was powerful call to action intended to combat despair and inspire hope, and also give courage to the American people as well. Now, Roosevelt actually argued that paralyzing fear was the real enemy, not the material problems the nation faced. So if we're actually going to use that in our daily lives, most of the times we tend to be too paralyzed or paranoid when it comes to things that have to do with our lives, that we go into panic mode or shock mode because we're so scared that we're not even trying to see headway, or should I say a solution. We're just so engulfed in that fear that we can't see any other thing, nothing positive, just the negatives, the only thing that we're saying. So now let's take the context for a bit. The address actually was given during the time where there was hardship, economic hardship. It was the Great Depression. And so many times in our lives, we actually fall into something relating to depression, not necessarily depression, because I feel like most Nigerians, we need money to actually cure our depression, right? But the thing is, even when, there is money and then you still have this feeling of depression, so to say, or sadness like that, just remember that you don't have to be scared or too overly paralyzed by the fear. You might want to pull back and just look at it. Now, the statement actually means that fear itself is an obstacle that prevents people from taking necessary actions to solve their problems. By overcoming fear, people could actually move forward and work to overcome the challenges that they face. That is the core meaning of this quote, and the impact is that the quote actually has become one of the most famous Roosevelt and enduring statement, and is actually symbolizing a pivotal moment in a human being's life. Now, nobody is saying don't be scared or anything, but just don't be paralyzed by that fear, because when you do get paralyzed by that fear, you don't get to see the way forward or solutions. Like I always do say, once there's a problem, the next thing to do is to find a way out of it, not wanting to dwell and allow yourself be sunk into that. So we're not going to be doing that. We're moving forward. Do not forget the quote says, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. So today, I charge you not to be paralyzed with your fear. Whatever it is you're scared of doing, do it scared and see what will happen. All right, so on that note, I'm heading back to the music. This one is Bramo. We all need something. Stick around and keep it locked. Don't go anywhere.
Looking for someone to love. Won't you catch me, don't let me fall. I need a vision, give me a sign. I need attention, give me a time. I need a prophet, I need a God. I need a reason, I need you now. I like to stay, I need to go. I'm chasing shadows, nowhere to go. I need to fly high above the sky. I need you now, now. You gon' need me later. He needs to find first. Of course, she wants for better or for worse. Just this morning I realized we all need something. Why do you hate me? Why don't you care? Do you remember we used to share? Why do you fear? Why don't you dare? I still remember you had this flair. I miss my sisters, I hope they're fine. You miss your papa, that's why you cry. I need to meet them, you need to hold him. Like I need a new car, we all need Jesus. I need to fly high above the sky. I need you now, now. You gon' need me later. He needs to find first. Of course, she wants for better or for worse. Just this morning I realized we're all in love. People need to know. The people need each other. Together we will grow. So everyone together. The people need to know. We reflect each other. If the people stand as one, the people will be stronger.
Brian Morada with We All Need Something, and we are back to it. This is Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM, and this time to check out the headlines on the front page of various Nigerian dailies this morning. It's 14 minutes past 8 a.m. from the studios, and I have the Guardian newspaper, I have Vanguard newspaper, the Nation newspaper, Nigerian Tribune, and the Punch newspaper this morning. So we'll begin from the front page of the Punch newspaper with the first headline reading 2024 Capital Project Stall 2026 Budget Plans. And that story is on the front page of the Punch newspaper on page 33 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Now to another headline, inflation hits 3-year low at 16.05%, and that story is also on page 33 of the Punch newspaper this morning. PDP HQ showdown, that is the kicker of this headline. Makinde Wike factions hold a rivalry next session today, and that story is on page 40 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Obasanjo fire share reignite old enmity, trade insults, and that story is on page 39 of the Punch newspaper this very morning. To the biggest headline, mass abductions return, 145 missing in 4 days, and the story is on page 2, has a rider attached to it, says kidnapped Kebbi schoolgirls, Zamfara, Niger villagers, search intensifies. Atiku PDP reacts. Federal government pledges swift rescue. All of that can be found on page 2, like I said, of the Punch newspaper this very morning. Now moving on to another headline. This one says Tinubu calls for corruption-free judiciary at Judges Conference, and that story can be found on page 28 of the Punch newspaper this very morning. Lagos bond subscription hits 310 billion naira, and that story is on page 34 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Tension as Lagos street urchins stab Air Force officer, and that story is on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper this morning. That is a rather sad one. Federal government receives Benin bronzes. That is Benin bronzes repatriated from the United States, and that story is on page 36 of the Punch newspaper this very morning. Now moving on to Nigerian Tribune this morning. First headline reads Edo unveils landmark agriculture mechanization drive. The story has a rider attached to it. Says Governor Sik Obaseki's repatriation to Nigeria, and that story is on page 26 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Nigeria's inflation eases to 16.05% in October. Stories on page 5 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. And another headline, this one says Lagos 200 billion naira bond oversubscribed by 55% at 310 billion naira, and has a rider attached to it as well. Says 1.48 billion naira green bond attracts 29.2 billion naira, or 97.7% over subscription, and that story is on page 6 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. To the biggest headline on the front page of Nigerian Tribune, federal government security agencies, that is the kicker, 25 schoolgirls abducted in Kebbi must be rescued, and that story has a handful of riders attached to it. Says police deploy tactical team for rescue operation. Another one says ISWAP intercept army signal kills commander in Borno. Another one says troops hit terrorists, enclaves quell, farmer herders clash in northwest and north central, and that story is on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune this very morning. Now moving on from that headline to another one. PDP, that is the kicker, despite expulsion, Wike faction summons NEC BOT meetings today. Story has a handful of riders attached to it. Says Turaki fixes meeting at same venue, says we are ready to lay down our lives for democracy. Another rider says NWC meets with FCT police, and another rider says McCarthy resigns as a bot secretary, and that story is on page 15 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Fireshare abuses Obasanjo again. That is another headline that has 2 riders attached to it. Says accuses him of making a very irresponsible comment at his birthday. Another one says your message reveals you are unchanged and unchangeable, Obasanjo replies, and that story is on page 3 of Nigerian Tribune. It brings back nostalgic feelings, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, moving on from that, there is one saying ahead of Governor Kefas's defection. Taraba Assembly Speaker 15 others dump PDP for APC. And that story is on page 16 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Why Southwest must back Tinubu to win second term. This statement is according to a Yoruba group, and that story is on page 15 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Tinubu salutes Oyebamiji at 60, and that story has a writer describes him as steady hand in Nigeria's financial political landscape, and that story is on page 28 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Now moving on to the health column. Scientists announce game-changing vaccine for Lassa fever, and that story is on page 2 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Now moving on to the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning. First headline reads, Obasanjo Fayose back at war, and that story is on page 3 of the Nation newspaper this morning. So another one, tributes flows as journalism icon Agbese dies at 81, and that story is on page 8 of the Nation newspaper this morning. Wike and the Rule of Law by J.B. Daudu, and that story is on page 11. President salutes Oyebamiji at 60. Stories on page 3 of the Nation newspaper this very morning. Moving on to another headline on the front page of the Nation newspaper says Lagos 200 billion bond oversubscribed by 55%, and that story is on page 7 of the Nation's newspaper this morning. Federal government to hire new health fellows. Stories on page 2 of the Nation newspaper this morning. Factions head for showdown at PDP Secretariat. And the story has 2 riders attached to it. Says different camps plan meeting for National Secretariat. And the second rider says Turaki, that is the kicker, Wike and Yawu others remain expelled. Story starts on the front page of the Nation newspaper, continues on page 2 of the Nation newspaper this morning. So the biggest headline on the front page, Tinubu orders manhunt for abductors, rescue of 25 pupils. And the story has 2 riders attached to it. Says vice principal killed during dawn attack on Kebbi girls' schools. And the second rider says we'll bring them back, says governor. The story starts on the front page, continues on page 2 of the Nation newspaper this morning. That's another headline. This one says Taraba Speaker, 16 lawmakers, ex-Kogi Governor Idris Wada defects to APC. And that story is on page 4 of the Nation newspaper this very morning. Moving on to another front page, another dailies this morning. I have the Guardian newspaper in front of me this morning, and the first headline reads mass defection, that is the kicker, and Dume predicts implosion in APC. And the story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this very morning. Now moving on to another one. Another headline says genocide, that is the kicker. United States lawmaker alleges Tinubu lying, protecting own interest. And the story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. PDP crisis may consume 2 governors. Others as faction fix parallel meetings. And that story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this very morning. To another headline, declining food prices, a firmer Naira pool inflation to 15% national target. That is the biggest headline, and it is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. There's a breakdown though on the front page of the Guardian to show the price or how inflation has affected different commodities, from rice to gari to eggs to beans to groundnut oil to carton of chicken and bag of sachet water. Actually, just to mention a few, even soft drinks affected. Said headline inflation, and the graph is right there on the front page, and saying that inflation has actually gone down by 16.05% from last year October to this year October 2025, so 1 year under review. All right, now let's move on from that to another headline. Obasanjo Fayose trade words of a birthday fallout, and that story is on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Media award Smith, Dan Agbese dies at 81, and LNC orders mourn, and that story is on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Security fears deepens over schoolgirls' abduction, slain general amid new assault, and that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this very morning. 16 PDP lawmakers join APC ahead of CAFAS, and the story is on page 30 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. To another headline, NIMC issues 124 million NRNs as poor interagency relations store data harmonization. And that story is on page 15 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Weekend military land feud, that is the kicker. Dauda insists on rule of law, and that story can be found on page 2 of the Guardian newspaper, with more details on pages 25, 27, 28 of the Guardian newspaper this very morning. Now let's move on to the Vanguard newspaper this morning, with the first headline reading, food inflation still rising but at slower pace. And that story can be found on page 19 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. Pope warns against escalating violent persecution against Christians in Nigeria. And that story comes as a shocker to a lot of people. The writer actually is more shocking. Says Nicki Minaj to address United Nations on alleged persecutions of Christians in Nigeria. That story can be found on page 8 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. To another headline, Tinubu to judiciary, that is the kick of the headline. Justice must never be for sale. And the story is on page 9 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. Akpabio Mark Shehu, others mourn as a media icon. Dan Agwese dies at 81. So the biggest headline on the front page of Vanguard newspaper this morning, how bandits kidnapped 25 Kebbi schoolgirls. Story has a lot of writers attached to it actually. Killed vice principal in deadly attack. Another one says police confirm Kebbi school invasion. Another one says abduction barbaric, condemnable. Kebbi state government, and Tinubu orders rescue of 25 abducted schoolgirls. Atiku condemns attack, advises federal government to strengthen security architecture. Another one says gunmen abduct ex-NSUBEB's father. Nasser was communities thrown into panic. And all of that can be found on page 5 of Vanguard newspaper this very morning. To another headline, PDP, that is the kicker. Tension as factions battle for a data secretariat, and that story can be found on page 26 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. Taraba Speaker, 15 PDP assembly members defect to APC. Stories on page 13 of Vanguard newspaper this very morning. And to another headline, tension in Enugu community as the Governor Mba's kinsmen protest alleged military invasion. That story is on page 8 of Vanguard newspaper. And finally, Eric Shell accuses Congo DR of using voodoo. Stories on page 32 of Vanguard newspaper. Really sad, but I mean, it is what it is. It is 8:27 from the studios. I'll be heading back to the music now, but do not forget that by 8:30, the sports crew will be in the studios to take us through the exciting world of sport, tell you what is going on, and hopefully debunk the voodoo statement, but it seems like it is real. This one is Casper Nyovest, Abidoza, Burle, Doeg Siyatadana, all the way from South Africa. Stick around and keep it locked. Don't go anywhere.
wena kanjani Tukorata maloba le maubani Aspono no saka my love My smile keeper Ani lirato ile cold drinki wena utulita Ene mina nyukutandusu Kawena kikwala score Anga wina do tunga oregela Porsche You got too much got too much
oh, baby, talangiba jala nawe, what is it tadana, mina nawe, so for spend a sit langane, spend a foot down, yeah, oh, baby, talangiba jala nawe, what is it tadana, mina nawe.
You got too much.
8:32 a.m. from the studios. Kaspan Yovet, Abidovza, and Bole right there, still in the background, doing Siyatha Dana. And of course, we are live. This is Melody Sunrise. My name is Bolabad, and there is
football. And
yeah, you are.
It's your time. It's your show. Have it.
Yeah, you are. You know, I've been saying it for weeks. I've been saying it for weeks.
And I hate when someone said I've been saying it.
See, like I was calling it.
Okay.
I was like,
we were this close. This very close.
That's not even the one that is paining me. This is the one that is paining me.
Don't say that.
Eric Shell.
Oh no.
Eric Shell.
Yes. That man.
Daddy me, Kilo Shell.
Did everything for me.
Azazazao. Said they use juju.
How?
No, you failed. Just accept it. Take accountability with your full chest. What is they were using?
It was the way he even used his hand. Said he was doing like this. I'm like, what? These guys missed 2 penalties as well.
Okay.
And you said,
why did you not make them not lose any penalty at all? Like, cause it is really insane. It is crazy coming from someone. If the person were Nigerian,
you would say,
maybe, but then he's African.
But he's African as well. Exactly what I was going to say.
So
he's very familiar with juju.
Deep going. With that thing that you say is deep, and Kibama Jane. If I not be you,
I mean, you shouldn't have been
probably like one influencer, like one Instagram or YouTuber said it. I thought, okay, you should get, but our coach.
And he said immediately after the game, they asked him, what happened? We saw you very angry. He said, I saw a Congolese assistant coach using juju. You actually uttered the word. Maybe if you had, maybe if you had prepared, maybe because he was actually caught unaware. He was going out and then they asked him that question. He didn't prepare himself. Yeah. Juju, how? On an international TV.
Oh my goodness.
And the next time he get on the touchline, everyone will say, the Juju man is here.
You understand. But really, what happened to the Super Eagles? We saw how they played. Yeah. The first playoff game was really good. It was really nice. And that's one thing about Super Eagles. They do really nice. And then the next match, you don't expect them to do nice.
I think it's just goes to justify the fact that Super Eagles is nothing without Victor Osimhen.
Did he not play?
He played the first half, which actually gave us a hedge.
The
moment he couldn't return for the second half they equalized, and then we lost everything in the game.
Sheesh.
He is the guy for the Eagles. Once he's not on the field,
so he's not the best. Like, he's not the only good player that we have.
I mean, after Osimhen, is Osimhen and Osimhen again. There's no one close to him.
What about Lookman?
Because that was a game where Lookman should show up and say, you know what, after Osimhen I've done it. Because Lookman is currently the African best player.
Right.
And Lookman was dead. Dead in the game. He was like a ghost. It will be. We are still looking for him till now.
I lost faith in it will be a long time ago. Very, very long time ago.
He came on and then the referee, the manager was so angry I had to sub him off again.
How about Trist?
Ekong was a captain that is now like our spokesman. Like the Super Eagles spokesperson now. He does more of talking, press conference, but appearance on the field. He was actually not on the field at all.
Wow.
People blame the manager that I should have been on for the penalties and all of that. But your captain don't get to sit out 90 minutes in a game like that. And then you bring him up to come and play penalty. For what? So it's a disaster.
It was a disaster.
Generally.
That day I was like, I was inside the house. People were not shouting. I was like, people are not shouting. Anyway, whatever happened, we will know tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then I woke up yesterday morning and I started saying,
oh my God.
Ha.
Bam Bam could not hit yesterday night. In a good voice. He could not. He tried to. He tried to force it.
Oh my goodness.
Eventually, he had to call
I didn't see him yesterday. Because he was really rooting for Super
Eagles. He went him down yesterday.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He needs some people to check on him. People keep checking on him yesterday, trying to see how fine he's doing. So very sad.
Anyway, I'm heading back to stepping aside right now and people wait for the sports here to take over. It's time to talk sports. 9 a.m. we go straight into the People's Assembly, but right now we're talking sport and you're welcome.
From deep to now. That's a smashing ball. It's Martins.
Joseph, your ball. Good ball.
And it's just out to the bar. What a wonderful finish. That is the most embarrassing own goal. Oh, what a goal. But something out of nothing. He struck it sweetly. And does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copybooks off.
Hakuna Matata. Now the song we want to sing this morning, Nigerians, we got the word already. No need to mourn, no need to sorrow. If these don't do, another will. There's no need to beat ourselves over what has happened already. The deal has been done. Nigerians, home and abroad, it's time to return home and rebuild our football. It's time to return, of course, to the drawing table and do something to help the round letter game in Nigeria. Good morning, of course. This is the voice of your sports here, Daniel Adeyemi, welcoming you on the sports segment on Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. A lot of interesting stories I've got for you this morning. And I'll be starting, of course, from the number one man of the nation. President Bolabad yesterday, of course, issued a statement in response to NFF apology statement to the president. And now the president returned, of course, to return that, of course, a message from them. And what is the president saying? He's saying there's no need to be sorry. No need to beat ourselves about what has happened. It was a keenly contested game. And any game that goes to the penalty before it's decided is actually a game of chance. We unfortunately are the lucky ones. Yes, we will not be playing at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And we will not be playing at the World Cup for the second time in a row. As sad as that may be, it is time now to use that opportunity to return home, rebuild, and pursue, especially have success. President Bolabad has praised the Super Eagles of Nigeria for their performance in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying campaign, despite the elimination in Sunday playoffs match against the Democratic Republic of Congo. Nigeria hopes of returning to the World Cup were cut short after Congolese side edged the Super Eagles 4-3 on penalties following a 1-1 draw after extra time in Morocco. The defeat means Super Eagles will miss out of the World Cup. It's no longer news. It's no longer news. Don't stop pouring this on our face, okay? And in a statement issued, of course, by the Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, President Tinubu acknowledged the disappointment felt by millions of Nigeria, but urged the team and football authorities to view the setback as an opportunity to renew. Opportunity for renewal. And notwithstanding, of course, according to the President, is that notwithstanding the unfortunate loss, we must commend the players for their effort and continue to support them. The President said nothing that the team had, he said nothing that the team had fought hard throughout the qualification series, including securing this crucial first leg in the playoffs. And President Tinubu now called on Nigerians Federation, team officials, and other stakeholders to plug all their loopholes and return to the drawing board ahead of the next major challenge, which is AFCON 2025. And that is scheduled, of course, to hold from December to January 2026. Now it's time to focus on all our efforts on the Nations Cup, and the Super Eagles must recover the lost glory. And that's, of course, from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And still with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, today is the day. Nigerians, are you ready to receive them? The Super Eagles of Nigeria will be arriving today. Yes, they will be arriving. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't care? You should care. Let's wish them to safe flight. Let's wish them safe journey. I know we're all angry. I'm angry as well. Yes, I'm very angry. But then it is what it is. They are still our own. The Super Eagles of Nigeria are still our own. So the Nigerian contingent to Morocco for the African FIFA World Cup playoffs, they are scheduled to return to the country today, Tuesday, 18th of November 2025, after observing a day rest on Monday and following the Super Eagles failure to secure the World Cup spot. Now the delegation officials include, the officials that will go and welcome them when they return to Nigeria, includes the National Sports Commission executives, staff of the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, the Super Eagles technical crew and players, representative of National Assembly, and members of various, of course, supporters group. The group is expected to depart Rabat on a chartered flight and arrive at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, later today. Don't forget, Nigeria, of course, had advanced to the playoffs after defeating Gabon in the semi-final. However, the three-time African champion fell short on Sunday night, losing 5-4 on penalties to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Come on, after 120 minutes of 1-1 draw, I have to give it to them that to a level they've tried. Whether it's a Seaman effect or the manager's effect or whatever. No time again to point out and start blaming games. No more playing blame games. It's time to return to the drawing table, as the President said, and prepare for the next major tournament. AFCON is on the way. I'm talking about AFCON. I believe you know already, and you're telling others that Melody FM 100.7 got a special one coming for you this AFCON 2025. And what is that special one we've got for you is AFCON Watch Party. First of its kind, yes. Melody FM always setting the pace. Don't worry, details will be rolled out very soon. But what we're saying in a nutshell is that AFCON 2026 will be, of course, transmitted live here at Melody House, number 2 Melody House, Mark Padero Street, Bodewa, Simiorita Sholu, Ibadan here. You got to watch it live on the big screen right here in our compound. It's going to be an interesting one. I can feel it already. I'm still talking about AFCONs. Key dates have been announced Format and stadium tickets and full guide to tournament have been announced already. Yes, I'll take you through them very quickly. Don't forget the Morocco will stage the tournament for the second time, having first hosted it in 1988 when the Atlas Lions reached the semi-finals. Their return, of course, as host nations follows a turbulent bidding journey. Don't forget, Morocco had been awarded the 2015 tournament but withdraw. Yes, they withdrew amid of concerns over West African Ebola outbreak. And now, finally, the 2025 edition was initially assigned to Guinea. But the country was stripped of the hosting right due to slow infrastructure progress. And Morocco was officially confirmed as replacement back in September 2023. Now, AFCON will feature 24 teams. Let me give it to you very fast. AFCON will feature 24 teams, maintaining, of course, the format introduced in 2019. Yes, that's the format they'll be using. So the structure includes 6 groups, yes, of 4 teams each. Yes, and then the 2 teams, top 2 teams in each group advance to the round of 16. That is no all. Of course, the 4 best place, the 4 best top place finishers will be joining, of course, the 2 best groups. Top 2 finishers, and of course they will use their points and their goal difference and goal scored to judge those best third place finishers. I hope it doesn't get that bad for Nigeria before we qualify for the next round of the AFCON. And of course, the tournament date now, yes, the tournament will run from 21st of December, of course, to 18th of January. Just in 60 days from now, we will be crowning a new champion of Africa. Yes. So the group stage will start from 21st to 31st of December. Oh my God. 21st to 31st of December. That's when the group stage will go. And then from 3rd of January to 6th of January, the round of 16. The quarterfinals will be 9th and 10th of January respectively. And the semifinals will be 14th of January. Yes, 14th of January. The third place playoff will be 17th of January, and the grand finale of the 2025 African Cup of Nations in Morocco will be 18th of January. So qualified teams, all 24 qualifiers are previously appeared in the competition before, so there's no newbie, there's no underdog in this edition of the African Cup of Nations. So host nation Morocco participated, of course, top in their qualifying group stage despite automatic qualification. Tunisia also extend their record streak for appearing for the 17th consecutive time in the African Cup of Nations. Ghana are the most notable teams, but they are absent. They are the absentees, the most notable one, finishing bottom of their group and missing out of the tournament for the first time since 2004. Yes, 2004. So the group stage, I'll just give you a run of the group. Group A, we have Morocco, Mali, and Zambia together with Comoros. And Group B, we have Egypt, South Africa, Angola, and Zimbabwe. Group C, that features Nigeria, Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. Group D, we have DR Congo, Senegal, Benin Republic, and Botswana. Group E, we have Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, and Sudan. Group F, we have defending champion, Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, as many call them, Cameroon, Gabon, and Mozambique. So those are the, of course, formats and some of the key things you need to know about this coming African Cup of Nations. Yes. Well, matches, group stage matches that will be played. The time of the match, the date of the match, everything is here. But, you know, because of our time, don't worry when we come in the evening by 6 p.m. on the cruise show. We'll have time to look into all these details and see how we, of course, how we get to prepare ourselves ahead of the AFCON 2025. And of course, while preparing for AFCON, this is a news Nigerians will not like to hear, not even at a time like this. Osimhen, Victor Osimhen, you know, it's only about 5 weeks to AFCON, and Osimhen, you know, picked up injury in the last game against DR Congo, and right now Osimhen has about 5 weeks to be fit for AFCON. Yes, Nigeria faces a significant setback. Yes, as injured Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen races against time to recover, of course, for the 2025 African Cup of Nations in Morocco. Yes, that is the one that is scheduled for December. Yes, don't forget the striker who played for Galatasaray in Turkey had left the field at halftime during the Nigeria qualifying game defeat against DR Congo. Yes, Osimhen was visibly upset as he was substituted for Akko Adams and was later seen limping around the pitch after the match. Yes, so Super Eagles coach Eric Shell says Osimhen was taken off at halftime due to discomfort. He felt behind his legs. Yes, and having dealt with a high, of course, an hamstring injuries in recent times, Osimhen now has 5 weeks to recover before African Cup of Nations match against Tanzania on the 23rd of December. Many Nigerians are saying we should not be this bad. That when Osimhen is not on the pitch, then we are that team that anybody and everybody can climb. Well, let me leave the Super Eagles and go to the Super Falcons. And of course, some people don't know how to forget things. Some people don't know how to say it's in the past. It's in the past. They will always bring the past balance brought forward. Now let's talk about AFCON 2026. Don't forget, of course, the last AFCON. We have a big name missing. Yes, that's the Monday gift. And now, ahead of 2026 AFCON, people are already coming out to say Monday gift, of course, exclusion can't be justified. And this is coming from an NFF source. A source from inside the NFF, a highly placed source within NFF, Nigeria Football Federation, has stated that, of course, the continuous exclusion of informed Washington Spirit forward Monday gift from the Super Falcons squad cannot be justified before Nigerians. Gift, who has been in impressive form in the United States, missed the last WAFCON in Morocco and was left out of the squad for the recent qualifiers against Benin Republic. Now, her absence has generated intense debate among Nigerian football followers who believe the current form of foreign form warrants a place in the national team. And speaking to the journalist, Osasua Obayumwana, the NFF official who requested, of course, anonymity, clarified that the decision on the selection rested solely on the Super Falcons head coach, Justin Madugu. He said the coach has been told that an exclusion from the team cannot be justified to Nigeria and to Nigerians. He said the player will be, of course, will be in his WAFCON plans, but our inclusion is still up to him. We don't force players on the coach. And with WAFCON 26 fast approaching, many Nigerians will be watching closely to see whether Monday gift will be out again. I'm sure anyone who knows Monday gift, your family and friends of Monday gift, will still be trying to forgive Justin Madugu for excluding their daughter, their friends, from the last WAFCON, especially after the giveaways. Don't worry, when we come in the evening about 6 p.m. on the cruise show, there will be detailed analysis into all of this story. Still, of course, in the Super Falcons camp, yes, someone is disappointed. And who is this person that is disappointed? Is Okoronko. Yes, Esther Okoronko is disappointed to have missed out on CAF award. You know that lady, Super Falcons forward Esther Okoronko, has expressed her displeasure after failing to make the final shortlist of the 2025 CAF Women's Player of the Year. Okoronko was highly favored to win, of course, the award after impressive 2024 Women African Cup of Nations, where the Super Falcons won a record extending 10 titles. Now, the 28-year-old registered 1 goal and 6 assists. 6 assists at the competition. Now, the versatile striker also had an outstanding campaign at the club level, helping AFC Toronto to clinch the league's inaugural NSL Shield in September. Now, Okoronko was initially named in the 10-player shortlist for the award, but failed to make the final 3 announced by CAF on Sunday. And according to her reacting to these, she dropped this message on her social media handle, saying, "I remain grateful for the support across Africa. CAF's decision is noted, but my focus stays on the pitch where recognition is earned, not awarded. This lady, strong words. Then awards don't always reflect reality. Yes, that is standing to, side by side with Sport Marshal. The general manager of Melody FM said the same thing a few weeks ago. Then awards don't always reflect reality, but the pitch never lies. Okoronko wrote on her Instagram page. Gradually, let me begin to bow out on the floor this morning. Yes, you know how we do it here. We'll still return in the evening by 6 p.m. to give you detailed analysis of things as they happen in the world of sport. Let me give you one or two international stories before I call it a day this morning. Some games will be played today. I'll give you a run of that. Kosovo still playing the qualifying rounds of the FIFA World Cup. We'll be taking on Switzerland today by 8:45 p.m. Sweden is over for them already, but they will be taking on Slovenia by 8:45 p.m. Bulgaria will be taking on Georgia by 8:45 p.m. Turkey will be taking on Spain. And this Spain, they don't hear nothing. Keep scoring, keep beating people left, right, and center. Well, those are some of the games that will be taking place today in the FIFA World Cup qualifying rounds. All right, gradually let me be bowing out on the show this morning. Handing over the mic to the Speaker of the House. I will take you on the rest of the morning show. Okay, let me give you this one from the, of course, Nigerian Premier League matches that were played. That were played yesterday. Barao FC defeated Enugu Rangers by 2-0. Yes, it was a very big one right there. You had the news already. But Imba have, of course, let me see, put their manager on suspension. But we know what that means when a manager is suspended. The moment you are suspended is as good as, of course, you are out already. Don't worry till we meet in the evening where we look into this proper. I'm yours nice and faithful, Daniel Adi, and your sports here is saying have a wonderful day.
All right, we're back to it. It is 8:59 a.m. from the studios. This is Melody Sunrise, and my name is Bolabad. We are going to be going into the People's Assembly in a bit, but I'm just going to give us heads up about what we'll be discussing. It's a no-brainer actually. This has actually been trending all across all different news outlets since it broke yesterday, talking about the abduction of the Kevi schoolgirls that happened, and also the fact that the vice principal of that school was killed as well. So we'll be looking at that and the auspicious time that that decided to happen. But 9 a.m. we'll go straight into the People's Assembly like in a matter of seconds. But in the meantime, stick around.
Love the station, Melody 100.7 FM.
From Melody 100.7 FM, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 9 a.m.
it is a minute past 9 a.m. and this is still Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. My name is Bolabad and we are now live inside of the People's Assembly. It is a beautiful day and but it's just sad that we're going to be talking about a gloomy topic this very morning, something that is rather sad, something that shouldn't even be happening, especially at this point where, you know, the security of Nigeria has been the topic of discourse on the international scene. And news broke 15 or so about roughly 16 hours ago that teacher was killed and 25 girls were abducted in gun battle in Kebbi school. And it's just sad. It's just a sad one. And this has actually been trending and also been buttressing the points that a lot of people have actually been making concerning the security of it. Is given like nostalgic and it's a bad one, so to say. But before we go straight into the discussion and the conversation, if you're listening for the first time, People's Assembly airs every weekday from Monday through to Friday on the Melody Sunrise show on Melody 100.7 FM, and it is like a parliament setting, and just like every parliament there's the Speaker of the House, which I'll be serving in capacity of today, and you will be serving as Honorable of the House. So bring a particular conversation for a discussion, and then I open the floor, aka the studio lines, for you to call in and drop your own 2 cents concerning the particular conversation we'll be having at the given day. Today we'll be looking at the bandits kidnapping 25 schoolgirls, and Vanguard has reported it, BBC has in fact every news outlet. It is still a developing story and it is not painting Nigeria in a good light at all. Now, Vanguard reported yesterday saying bandits in the early hours of yesterday kidnapped 25 students of Government Girls Comprehensive Senior Secondary School GGCSS Maga Kebbi State, killing the vice principal in the process. According to sources, the attackers killed the school's vice principal Malam Hassan Makuku before abducting several schoolgirls. Witnesses said the bandits operated without resistance and caused a widespread panic, throwing the entire area into deep fear and mourning. Makuku, it was learned, was reportedly shot while attempting to protect the students during the invasion. Maga, who happens to be a community located in Danko Wasagu local government area of the state, has actually come under a series of attacks recently. A recent a resident of Maga, Aliyu Yakubu, said the bandits invaded the school around 5 a.m. yesterday without any resistance. He said the school vice principal, the late one Makuku, was shot while trying to protect the students during the attack. Said he was shot as he tried to protect his student from being taken by the bandit. It is a great loss for the community and the school. Another resident, Sulaiman Abdullahi, said that the bandits killed the vice principal of the school, adding that so many yet to be identified dead bodies were actually seen in the school premises. Says they came in large numbers at night, began shooting sporadically before they got access to the school. He said that the Air Force jets hovered over the sky around 8 a.m. after the attack, while the area was condoned off by heavily armed security personnel. Community members have been offering prayers for the late vice principal, so asking God to grant him mercy, a peaceful rest place, to comfort his family and loved ones as well. Police also have confirmed the Kebbi school invasion, and it is not just speculation, it did happen because the police confirmed it, confirming the attack. The public relations officer of the State Police Command, CSP Nafiu Abubakar, said the attackers scaled the school's fence to carry out the attack. According to him, the bandits, who were armed with sophisticated weapons, shot sporadically before whisking away 25 students. He said in his words, the police tactical units deployed in the school engaged them in a gun duel, but the suspected bandits had already abducted them in the hostel. Concerning the concerned parents and residents, according to newsmen gathered, are awaiting official updates on the fate of the abducted girls. Now, abduction, barbaric, condemnable, and that is a statement credited to Kebbi government. And reacting to the incident, Kebbi state government described the abduction of the schoolgirls as condemnable and barbaric. Ahmed Idris, the chief press secretary to Governor Nasir Idris, said Kebbi state government is shocked to receive the news of the abduction of 25 students from the Government Girls Comprehensive Senior Secondary School, GGCSS Maga. And also the president has ordered the rescue of 25 abducted schoolgirls. Reacting yesterday, President Bola Tinubu directed security agencies to immediately rescue the 25 female students abducted from the school in Maga in the Danko Wasagu area of Kebbi State. In a statement, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu strongly condemned the attack and reaffirmed his administration's commitment to safeguarding all Nigerians, especially school children. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reiterated that protecting every Nigerian, especially school children, remains a solemn responsibility of the state. The government then condemned the reprehensible attack on innocent students and killing of school officials who were carrying out the noble duty. That was according to the statement given by Idris. He also added that the president has issued clear directives to security and intelligence agencies to locate and safely recover the abducted student, with a firm charge that the perpetrators must be brought to justice. The federal government will not relent until the objective is achieved, he noted. Atiku has gone on to condemn. A lot of people have actually condemned. Even the lawmaker, that is Riley Moore, also dropped in his own 2 cents just yesterday, this morning rather, when he said something about the report of the 25 schoolgirls that were kidnapped. He posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, saying, "Please join me in praying for 25 girls who have been kidnapped and the repose of the soul of their vice principal who was killed. While we don't have all the details of this horrific attack, we know that the attack occurred in a Christian enclave in northern Nigeria. The Nigerian government must do more to end the rampant violence." Now, this has actually sent a mixed reaction to people, saying that more than ever, maybe, just maybe, Nigeria should invite, the United States armed forces before they invade. Because what this man actually pointed out, saying it happened in a Christian enclave, saying that where these attacks happened, or indirectly saying that of the 25 girls are actually Christians. This is just actually fueling the already lit fire by the president of the United States. And it seems like our security agencies are actually just setting Nigeria up. They're painting, a different, and the bandits are like, you know what, you're painting another, another picture to the international scene or the international, countries. We are going to showcase what is really going on. Because the last time this happened was like years and years ago. And a lot of people are saying it is giving the Chibok girls abduction all over again. And sadly, the Chibok girls have not been rescued. Like, it is a lot. And this is happening again in 2025. I'm opening the studio lines right now. And let me have your 2 cents. What do you think is really going on? Do you think that Nigeria really has a grasp of what is going on in the north, talking about the security and insecurity issue? Do you think that more than ever Nigerians should just open up and just seek what's it called now, seek help from the United States? 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007, 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Call me up or just head to Facebook, drop your comment as well. You can also send messages. You can text me via WhatsApp. The WhatsApp line is 07055 071 007, 07055 071 007. That is the WhatsApp line. You can call that number as well, or just send messages, or just call me up on 07025 201 007. 07025 201 007. Call me up or send messages. 07025 201 007. We're looking at the 25 kidnapped students in Kebbi school. Schoolgirls were actually kidnapped yesterday. News broke yesterday morning, and a lot of people have been saying a lot about it. The Chibok girls actually happened in 2014, and it seems like, you know, this is giving a deja vu, so to say. 07025 201 007, 07025 201 007, or 07055 071 007. Let me know what your take is this morning. The Kebbi State Governor has assured parents of effort to rescue abducted schoolgirls, as they actually posted saying that they are going to do everything in their might to bring back the girls. But what is this actually? What image is this painting of the security or insecurity in Nigeria? What do you make of this entire situation? 07025 201 007, 07025 201 007, or 07055 071 007. You can either call me up or send messages. You can also head to Facebook. We're streaming live on Facebook at Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Honorable. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
From Malakia.
From Malacca. Good to have you this morning. What is your take? Hello? I'm trying so hard, but the reception is terrible. Can you please call me back? Please call me back. The reception is terrible. I could barely make out what you were saying. 07055 071 007, or 07025 201 007. Please try and call me back. Let me know what your take is this morning. If you're trying to call, please, and you've not gotten in, try either of those numbers: 07025 201 007, or 07055 071 007. Hello, good morning, Honorable. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me? Okay. Try the other line, please. Okay, so if you can't get in via one number, or if the reception of one number is bad, please try the other line. Try 07055 071 007, or 07025 201 007, 07055 071 007, or 07025 201 007. We're looking at the kidnap of the schoolgirls that happened in Kebbi yesterday. What do you think of it? Does it mean that that is the real reality, and the old showdown that we've been seeing from the security agencies last week has been, what is, a lot of people called it theatrics, a lot of people called it acting and everything. Do you think this is the real reality, or what do you think the federal government should even do at this point? 07025 201 007, or 07055 071 007. You can head to Facebook. We're live on Facebook at Melody 100.7 FM. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you. Good to have you on the show. Good to have you. So let's have your take.
Clearly now.
Yes, I can hear you clearly now.
This issue of insecurity in Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
I always say it's more. The Nigerian government knows what to do when they are ready to tackle insecurity.
Hmm.
They know the way they channel their energy. The by-election in different states in Nigeria. Hear them deploying security personnel like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Military officers in the barracks, what are they doing there? Are they not to face insecurity? Are they not to secure lives and properties? Why does the federal government pretend as if nothing is happening in Nigeria? When President Donald Trump was even saying the American military within Nigeria to come for the sponsors of the terrorists. Yet, Nigeria government is still telling us that they are doing all their best. It is their best that they are doing, that they are killing people every blessed day. Is that the best they can do? This is very unfair. The American military are not coming to Nigeria to fight war with anybody. They are only coming to fish out the sponsors of the terrorists, the bandits, the ISWAP, the ISIS, the Lakurawa, the Boko Haram, and all that. So why have the federal government not collaborating with the American military? Because this thing is beyond our power. To be sincere with ourselves, it's more than calling soldier something is happening in so place. The soldier people will even tell that they've not gotten order from their boss. Imagine the state governor telling the federal government that this is what I did when I heard the alarm that something is about to happen in a particular place. And he was telling the federal government that the general or the lieutenant or whatsoever told him that they've not gotten order from Abuja for lives and property. Can you imagine that? You're still waiting for order to save people. This is very unfair. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Honorable. 07025 201 007, 07025 201 007, or 07055 071 007. What do you make of this entire situation? This one is from Nze. Says the situation in Nigeria is dire. Insecurity is spiraling out of control. We need solutions. We need them fast. Thank you so much, Honorable Nze, for that message. You can send me messages, via WhatsApp as well. The WhatsApp line is 07055 071 007, 07055 071 007, or 07025 201 007. You can call that number, 07025 201 007. And if you're just tuning in, this is Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. We're talking about the 25 schoolgirls that were kidnapped in Kebbi State yesterday. In fact, their vice principal was killed in the process of him trying to protect these schoolgirls. I lost that call. Please do try and call me back. 07055 071 007, or 07025 201 007. What do you make of the entire situation? Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Hello, beautiful morning to you.
A beautiful morning to you, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
This Prince Bumi, a different calling from Apata.
Good to have you, Honorable Prince. This morning, let's have your take.
Oh, we cannot fight insecurity in Nigeria without going back to the history a bit. And I don't want us to be, pretending that there's nothing going on in the country regarding insecurity. The fact still remains, this begins from 2014, when Jonathan was in power and all that. And you can remember that time when Jonathan called for the U.S. government that, come and help me fight insurgency in Nigeria. That time, their mission was to fight insurgency, and they used a powder to just spray it on here where the bandits are located. But to the surprise of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, their plans with the generals and others leaked out. They then said that the bandits they now use a news cover to cover themselves. That is what triggered the anger of United States of America that
And the
we
left.
wanted to help you to fight insurgency.
That
But
actually trended for a very long
our
time.
information and all that leak out. That's why they left that time. Now, we don't invite them now. They want to come and fight insurgency in Nigeria. You see, until government stop playing politics with lives and property of the citizens, they are aware, they know, they are aware. Because if insecurity lasted for 24 hours, government knows about it. But in a situation whereby kidnapping there, kidnapping here and there, and you know what happened to the good people of Benue State? Over an hour, no measures taking place by the military personnel and all that. And you can't blame the lower cadre in the army because they sticks to order. And you can't expect them to fight insurgents without anybody
Ordering them
order.
to,
Yes, to do so. That is why we can never free from insecurity until there is external force, because the hands of our leaders, the hands of most of our politicians are stained with blood. That is why there's no how we fight it. There's no how they wanted to fight it that it won't get to them. That is their fear. And it is unfortunately, if I see anyone from the southwest, southeast supporting insurgency in the north, supporting that there is no genocide and all that, it's only security. That person should be checked in at the hospital. That is this person okay? Because I keep telling my friends that are Muslims here that the way you practice your religions here is quite different from the north. I said it to the affiliates that see, 95% or 90% the people living in the north are not Muslims, because there's nothing like tolerance. I do tell them, and they understand. So if I now see somebody from the southwest here calling what is not, I will see that person as the one of the enemies of this country. That person don't want a progress. If United States wants to come now, let them come now. There is proof. There is something for them to level down now. That is okay. We said this thing is going on. These things has been happening now. So it's a pointer, it's a call for United States of America to come. It is long overdue, sir. That's my submission. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Honorable Prince. Have a great day ahead of you. 07055 071 007 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Let me know what your take is this morning. This morning we're looking at the kidnap of the schoolgirls that happened in Kebbi yesterday, and how terrible it has actually made us look, and also the fact that this is not even about the image. It's about why is this still happening in 2025? I mean, remember the Chibok girls for a very long time. That happened in 2014, and for a very, very long time, these girls were held captives. These girls were made to give birth to kids, for the bandits that kidnapped them at the time. Few of them were rescued, allegedly. And, is that what is going to happen with this girl? It has been years, and a lot of people are asking a lot of questions and saying, I think now, just like Honorable Prince has said, a lot of people are saying they think now is the time for the United States to actually take actions. And also there is the lawmaker, Riley Moore, that, the president of the United States, Donald Trump, has given the authority to go find out and do something about what is going on in Nigeria, as posted on his X page, saying, please join me in praying for the 25 girls who have been kidnapped and the repose of the soul of their vice principal who was killed. While we don't have all the details on the horrific attack, we know that the attack occurred in a Christian enclave in North Nigeria. The Nigerian government must do more to end the rampant violence. This is actually sending two different messages, like condolence and still trying to enforce that it was a Christian genocide that is trying to happen, and it is buttressing their own point. 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. You can either call me up or send messages. You can also head to Facebook and drop your comments. While some people are claiming that that area is not a Christian enclave, but go and battle it out with Riley Moore. He's actually putting it out there, and that is actually painting a very, very 07055 071 or 07025 201 007. Now, the Kebbi governor has assured parents of efforts to rescue the abducted schoolgirls. His name is Nasir Idris, and he's assured families of the abducted schoolgirls from the Government Girls Comprehensive Senior Secondary School, GGCSS, MAGA, that all necessary steps are being taken to secure the release. He gave the assurance yesterday during a visit to MAGA, where he met with security agencies, traditional rulers, and the affected parents behind closed doors. He said in his words, the unfortunate thing has already happened. They have abducted our children. We came here, we saw things for ourselves, and we met the parents whose children were taken. We gave them confidence in our word that we would do everything possible to ensure the children are rescued. We also assured them to remain confident and that security agencies will do everything necessary. That is the essence of our coming, to give them confidence and words of encouragement. Now, according to Channel Television, 25 children were actually kidnapped. 35 schoolgirls were abducted from the school on Sunday night in the early hours of Monday. What do you make of this entire situation? Hello, good morning, Honorable. Hello. Okay, try and call me back. 07025 201 007, 07025 201 007, or 07055 071 007. Hello, good morning, Honorable. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you calling from?
This is Madam Lola.
Okay. Good to have you this morning, Honorable.
Thank you. You see, Nigeria, the thing is, why can't the federal government even approach state police? Let's start with that. They've been clamoring for state police for a while. Why can't they approach state police? Now, see those girls that were kidnapped with you. Please, the time of Chibok girls, where are those girls now? And what do we want the girls' parents? What do we want them to do? And somebody will now be asking Nigerians, what have you achieved this year? Have we not achieved something? For the fact that they are still alive, the fact that they are not adopted is an achievement in the Nigeria of today. Maybe the U.S. president should, come to Nigeria like he has said. Maybe when he comes, our leaders will sit right. They will do the right thing.
Oh my goodness, I lost that call. Try calling me back. 07025 201 007, 07025 201 007, or 07055 071 007. We're looking at the abduction of the schoolgirls. 25 schoolgirls were kidnapped yesterday in the school in the early hours of Monday, and this has actually sent an uproar in the country. 07025 201 007, 07025 201 007, or 07055 071 007. Those are the numbers to call me up on, or to send messages to me on. You can text me via WhatsApp as well. The WhatsApp line is 07055 071 007, or just call that number, or head to Facebook. We're live on Facebook at Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. All right, so on Facebook, Adedamola Okunlola says, beautiful morning to you in the studio. On the issue of insecurity, it is becoming too much. The federal government should find a lasting solution to this. State police should be approved, as this is the only solution to insecurity in the country. Thank you so much, Adedamola Okunlola. Precious Abiola says, good morning, Melody 100.7 FM. A beautiful morning to you as well. Aroni Yahaya says, good morning to you too. Please head to Facebook, drop your comments live on Facebook at Melody 100.7 FM. You can also drop messages via SMS on either of those numbers, 07025 201 007, 07025 201 007, or 07055 071 007. If you're just tuning in, this is Melody 100.7 FM. The show is Melody Sunrise. We are live inside of the People's Assembly. Happens to be a segment on Melody Sunrise, and we are looking at the kidnap that happened in Kebbi State yesterday. Kidnap of 25 schoolgirls yesterday, and it's just been very, very traumatizing. It's bringing back, the Chibok girls, rather, schoolgirls abduction that happened in 2014. A lot of people are saying, is this going to be a repeat of what happened back then? Because honestly, a lot of times we talk about things going wrong, but let me know what your take is. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. And if you've not heard, in the early hours of yesterday, bandits kidnapped 25 schoolgirls from Government Girls Comprehensive Senior Secondary School, GGCSS Maga, Kebbi State. But let's hold our thoughts. Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Honorable. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Reverend Idi Logan Gongchi from Adumeji, Yadivia.
All right, good to have you on the show. Good to have you on the show this morning, Honorable. Let's have your take.
Thank you. The issue of insecurity in Nigeria, I believe that the security personnel we have in Nigeria have all the information of what is happening in Nigeria. And, as a leader, that you are given the responsibility to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians. And you are using what is happening for your politics or to enrich yourself. I think our leaders need to sit down and think about the duty and the responsibility given to them by Nigerians. If you go to the north, I am originally from the north, from Plateau State in particular.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes you see people coming to attack close to checkpoints of Nigerian Army, police, and nobody will come to the rescue of these people. And when these people have finished their attack and then go, then you will see them coming and then beginning to arrest innocent people, even the victims of the attack. You see them arresting them.
Wow.
That they are the first suspect. And therefore, the issue of insecurity in Nigeria, I believe that Nigeria has the power that can demolish these insurgents within 1 month. They have the capability of doing that. But I don't know what is happening. Maybe they know what they are gaining out of this insecurity. And the issue of the school girls that were abducted. You see, this thing is troublesome. In the north, the issue of insecurity is something that Nigeria should sit down deliberately to introduce state policing, because I believe by doing that, they will recruit people, indigents, people of that same community that will protect that community. And I think that may bring lasting solutions to the issue of insecurity in Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Once again, Reverend Ismail, a pastor of King Church, that is Church of Christ in Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Reverend. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution. Have a great day. Have a great day ahead of you.
Thank you so much.
Are you welcome? All right. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. This kidnap that happened yesterday, a lot of people are saying it is bringing back bad memories, not good ones. We remember the Chibok girls that were kidnapped. There was a movie actually done, just to depict the entire thing. 11 years later, another one has happened. And now it's not Chibok, it is Maga in Kebbi. 07025 201 007 or 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. What do you make of this? 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. Quite a number of people that have actually weighed in this morning on the show have been calling for state policing. Is that really, do you think that is the solution to this problem? Or the federal government should nip the entire problem in its bud, that is go after this bandits, this it's like we have so many factions of different bandits of terrorists in Nigeria. You know, you're facing kidnapping on the highway, you're facing bandits bombing. There are some that would actually go to communities and demand them being paid 15 million naira so they don't attack the said communities in a country, a sovereign nation. The same country where just last week we were talking about how, you know, the military and the air forces have been posting pictures saying they've been bombing and they've been, you know, neutralizing the powers of, bandits in the north. And this is happening just a week after. 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. Some people in some quarters are saying this just proves that what the pictures we were saying last week was just theatrics, not real. What do you make of this entire situation? What do you think the federal government can do? What do you think that we can do to avoid this? 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. You can call me up or send messages. You can also head to Facebook. We're live on Facebook at Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. Drop your comments on Facebook and I'll be here to take your comments. 070 25 201 007 or 07055 071 007. 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. Let me know what you think or what you make of this entire situation with the insecurity and the current situation happening in Kebbi State. 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. Let's see if I can take just one more call or one more message and let us see how we can actually wrap up the conversation. 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. This one is from Isaac Wesiri. Okay, it's a message saying that, can you imagine what Sheikh Gumi was advocating for, saying my forest brothers want peace, and why is that Manchi walking freely? Okay, so people are calling for the arrest of Sheikh Gumi again. 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. Let me know what your take is this morning. Let's have your thoughts this morning. See how we can go. 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. Call me up or send messages. Call me up or send messages. And the time is 9:39. A big thank you to every single person that called in, dropped messages, commented on Facebook. Thank you to those that tried to call in but couldn't get into the studios. A big thank you to you as well. We'll continue, the conversation. Maybe, hopefully, there will be positive news concerning this by tomorrow. But People's Assembly returns tomorrow by 9 a.m. It is back to the music for me right now. And by 9:45, do not forget that Melody Surprise will be eating the airwaves. So if you have someone that you want to celebrate, now is the time to send messages. Text me via SMS 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. Those are the numbers to send messages to. Let me know the name of the person, what you're celebrating them for, and also your name so I can tell the person when I call them that you sent me. This one is Craig David to a Savage Commitment. Stick around and keep it locked. Still very much in the studios.
Every time I show you love, then I see it. Every time I tell the truth, you don't believe it. Don't tell me I don't know about commitment. When I was the only one to show you different. It don't be the same no more. I can see, you can see it don't be that way no more. Running around like you don't have feelings anymore. Yeah, it's cool if you well know that if you leave then say no more, no more, no more. When you go left, I just go right. We used to want it all night. We just play chess when we collide. Think it's right about time I show you. Every time I tell the truth, you don't believe it. Don't tell me I don't know about commitment. When I was the only one to show you different.
Differently, we fell in love instantly. You're a man on a mission, stacking your paper, so I kept a distance, babe. You were self-destructing like kamikaze. Now you say I'm a snack, I belong in a pantry. You do these things to me like fire, make we rekindle it. When you go left, I just go right. But I still want it all night. Under the stress, show me your mind, cause you know I need it. Every time
I tell the truth, you don't believe it. Don't tell me I don't know about commitment. When I was the only one to show you different. I'm grown, I'm good, but I'm on my own. I'm making money, yeah, I be on the phone. All the stone, yeah, I've been in the cold, you know. You told me that we would never fall. Sexy elegance, always in control. You told me when we met, we should go blow. It's cool, you know my phone blowing up. I hear showing up. I show you vibes, you cannot see it. Every time I tell the truth, you don't believe it. Don't tell me I don't know about commitment. When I was the only one to show you different. Things don't get it twisted. And the right things when I touch it, every time you say that I miss it, you don't see it. Every time we speak, I want you to do the best. Commitment.
Melody FM 100.7.
Anything I talk, make you talk am again. Talk am again. Anything I talk, make you talk am again. Talk am again. But I'm putting shout finish, we don't see how for call. We don't see how for cause. Election done they come, then go need your support. Go need your support. See CFC busting, we don't see you for club. We don't see you for club. And you get legit to walk, oh, now we tell you talk. Now we tell you talk. Now you talk am, come me talk am. 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 4 year tenure, 3 year holiday. 3 year holiday. Our senator don't they fight kung fu again. Fight kung fu again. Say they never tire, they won't continue the race. They won't continue the race. We buy your story, but you don't give us change. Now you talk amo, come me talk amo. 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 Anything I talk, make you talk am again. Talk am again. Anything I talk, make you talk am again. Talk am again. Month don't end, I got pay salary. I pay salary. In 2019, 98 salary. 98 salary. This I make you walk, you dey find allergy. You dey find allergy. Can't turn your money to cash and carry. Now you talk amo, come me talk amo. 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 3 private jet, you say you buy am for church. Say you buy am for church. When your congregation no dey follow fly am of course. They follow fly am of course. Now your people still dey carry eye for someone. Carry eye for someone. Yeah, I no be person, cause no be your tribe I come from. Cause no be your tribe I come from. Small man thief for market to set fire for anybody. Big man thief money, we dey hail am like dummy. We dey suffer, we dey smile, we dey fear to talk. My people no get to chop, my people no get to walk. These days we don't know if authority dey for office, cause the hour where we see, no security where you promise and the cop you don't fool. We don't care for all the rubbish and the punishment. Now me talk amo.
Melody FM 100.7. Melody FM 100.7.
Nothing, baby, right that thing, she put you working, yeah, right that thing, nothing, yeah. Go baby, go darling, girl, I'm falling, it's 4 in the morning, can't we do this again, so tell me, what it is
Daco doing like that, and it is still Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. It has been a great time on the show this morning, and my name is Bolabad, just in case you're just tuning in. This is Melody 100.7 FM. All right, so it is time for me to head out and head home and call it a wrap on the show today. But in the meantime, you can still follow the conversation and follow us across all socials at Melody 100.7 FM. That is Melody 100.7 FM across all social media platforms, from Facebook to Instagram to X, formerly known as Twitter, to TikTok. Everywhere is at Melody 100.7 FM. Okay, so for me though, it is at Bolabad across all socials. That is BOLABAD, no space whatsoever, across all social media platforms. All right, so till tomorrow, I come your way again to have an amazing day ahead of you. Like I always do say, God bless you and God bless Nigeria. Oroilu comes up by 10 a.m., so stick around for that one. In the meantime, coming back for you, Fireboy DML of the Wakanda Forever soundtrack album. Stick around.